Bonsoir tout le monde. Good evening to all. Membres du conseil, council members, head of departments. Monsieur Tessier il est présent, mais juste pas là présentement. Les gens qui sont dans la salle, bienvenue. Those who are in the hall, thanks for being here tonight. And those who are watching us on YouTube, thank you for being there also. Very welcome to assist in our regular council meeting of February 20, 2024. Without any delays, we're going to go to a new statement. We've been working on this since a couple of months, and we're going to now have a land recognition. So we'll go with the First Nations land acknowledgement. As we gather here today, we respectfully acknowledge the land on which we live and work in. Champlain Township is located on the traditional and unceded territory of the Anishinaabe people, including the Algonquin Nation. We furthermore acknowledge that the territory encompasses the traditional and the treaty lands of the Haudenosaunee people, including the Mohawk Nation. We gratefully acknowledge these First Nations for their guardianship of this land, and we honor them. We are grateful for the past, present, and future contribution made by First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in shaping and strengthening our communities. Donc, on s'en va à l'item numéro 2. Item number 2, adoption of the agenda. Before we adopt, I have to make an addition. There is an addition at 18.2, in-camera meeting. It's in regards to identifiable individual information supplied in confidence. It's under section 239, brackets 2, or paragraph 2, line B and I. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Proposeur, appuyeur, Mr. Duval, seconded by Mr. Lalonde. All those in favor? Against? Carried. Item numéro 3, disclosure of pecuniary interest. Seeing none, on s'en va à l'item numéro 4, présentation du council, il n'y a pas. On descend jusqu'à l'item numéro 7, staff report 7.1, planning, 7.1.1, ongoing planning projects. Be it resolved, the ongoing planning project list as presented by Senior Planner on February 20th, 2024, be received and filed. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Mr. Barton, seconded by Mr. Minor. Any questions on the report? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.1.2 zoning bylaw amendment application, La Violette, file number Z-09-2023, sorry. We just had a presentation by Mr. Rivet. This is just to bring the two readings forward. Monsieur Rivet.
Yes, so pretty much the same presentation, but I'll run it through it because this is for consideration of first and second reading. So again, the subject lands are at 2232 St. Town Road, being part of lots 41 and 42 on Plan 15. Purpose of the zoning amendment is to rezone the subject lands from rural with the mineral aggregate overlay to rural exception 66 with the mineral aggregate reserve overlay, which is a site-specific exception to permit stacked shipping containers, which would be used for agricultural storage purposes. The proposed storage building would have a footprint of 3,200 square feet, be set back 95 meters from the closest interior side lot line to the east and 337 meters from the closest interior side lot line to the south. An analysis was done looking at provincial policy statement, United Counties of Prescott and Russell official plan. And basically the proposal is deemed to be consistent with the policy framework, considering it's agricultural related. The zoning bylaw amendment would be a site-specific exception. The aggregate reserve remains in place. The site-specific exception would be to permit the use of shipping containers as well as stacked shipping containers for agricultural storage purposes where the current zoning bylaw would not permit the use of shipping containers. Subject lands are irregular in shape and therefore are within proximity of several properties with with single detached dwelling. To ensure compatibility with the surrounding residential uses, the applicant and staff had recommended a setback of 95 meters from the closest interior side lot line to the east and 337 meters from the closest interior side lot line to the south. The proposed structure complies with all other provisions of the rural zone. As such, the zoning bylaw amendment to permit the proposed structure from stacked shipping containers is deemed to be appropriate for the specific property. Public notification was completed in accordance with the Planning Act. Public Works had no issues with the request. The chief building official provided comments on file, which were construction provision of any buildings done with shipping containers is not regulated in the Ontario Building Code. Therefore, the owner shall provide drawings approved by a professional engineer of Ontario when applying for his building permit. Also, at the end of the construction, the retained engineer will need to provide his general review of the construction for this project. A report to the CBO is provided in attachments to the staff report. No financial implication. The application fees were more paid. Staff with internal and external circulation are of the opinion that the proposed zoning bylaw amendment is consistent with the provincial policy statement UCPR OP in the intent of the zoning bylaw. As such, the approval of the zoning bylaw is recommended by staff. Amending bylaw 2024-11. Council has options to proceed with giving first and second reading. Could propose amendments to the proposed bylaw, could refuse to support the bylaw, and could send the report back for further consideration and additional information. And I believe the survey sketch provided by the applicant was also provided in the report, as well as the CBO's report as indicated.
Merci beaucoup, M. Rivet. I have a resolution. Be it resolved that the Planning and Development Report F, file number Z-09-2023, dated February 6, 2024, regarding a proposed zoning amendment on lands, municipality known as 2232 Saint Anne Road, now in the Township of Champlain, be received, and be it further resolved that Planning Bylaw number 2024-11 be brought forward for first and second reading. I'll need a mover and seconder. M. Lalonde, appuyé de M. Duval. Any questions? All those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.1.3, zoning bylaw amendment application, 1451-1271 Canada Inc., Segal, file number Z-01-2024. Monsieur Rivet.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Mayor. So this report is for a property, unaddressed property on Pleasant Corners Road. I almost said just up the street from here, but wrong office. This is a lifting of a holding provision. So, well, there is no, sorry, looking at the screen there, there's no formal public presentation of the report. The analysis was done looking at provincial policy statement and UCPR official plan, and basically in terms of provincial policy statement, decisions need to be consistent with the provincial policy statement. So matters were looked at to ensure consistency, and one of the issues that had been identified in the past on this property was that there was a mineral aggregate resource area, and the after the lifting of the holding provision, which was intended to protect the lands from any uses that would preclude the establishment of new operations, the proposed agricultural and single dwelling uses, in accordance with updated United Counties official plan policy, would not hinder any abilities for the future mineral aggregate resource. So the UCPR OP was updated this past summer to recognize that single-family dwellings and agricultural uses can occur within the mineral aggregate overlay, which was different than at the time this property went through a consent application. So at the time the application went through a consent, it was a requirement that the rezoning include the aggregate reserve overlay. So if you look at section 4.5 of the Township zoning bylaw, that provides us guidance on holding zones, and it identifies that any parcel of area of land may be further classified as a holding zone with the addition of the suffix H, which represents holding. The intent is to signify council's approval in principle to future development of the land for the purposes indicated by the symbol. So this property is zoned rural. The holding classification added to a given zone shall restrict development of the land until such time as the demand for development of land is sufficient. In this case, the holding provision, as indicated, was put in place to determine whether or not mineral aggregate use would be a form of use that would need to be protected prior to any additional uses being introduced, but as indicated, that's been revised in the latest United Counties of Prescott official plan. So the lifting of the holding provision is required to permit the construction of any structure on the property. Further details regarding the placement of any proposed agricultural building or residential dwellings and their compliance with other zone provisions, including but not limited to yard setbacks, height, and lot coverage, would be evaluated at a later date through the appropriate building and zoning review process. As such, the zoning amendment being presented tonight to lift the holding provision is deemed to be appropriate for the subject property. Lifting of holding provisions are not subject to statutory public meetings. Notice was issued to the property owner, who is the applicant, of council's intention to remove the holding provision on February 7th, 2024. There is also no general appeal rights to a lifting of holding apart from the applicant, who has a right should council not support the lifting of holding. In conclusion, the department is of the opinion that the lifting of the holding provision is consistent with provincial policy statement in United Counties of Prescott official plan and the intent of the zoning bylaw. As such, the approval of the zoning amendment is recommended as provided in amending bylaw 2024-12. Should there be no further objections or any objections, council may issue third and final reading of bylaw 2024-12 tonight. As I indicated, there is no statutory public meeting or general appeal rates. And the standard 4 options presented to council are also in the report, whereas council can proceed to give first and second reading with amendments, refuse to give bylaw, can refuse bylaw 2024-12, can send it for further information, and I guess in addition to that, can give first and second and third final reading.
Merci, M. Rivet. Thank you so much for the report. I have a resolution. Be it resolved that the Planning and Development Report, file number Z-01-2024, dated February 6, 2024, regarding a proposed zoning amendment to remove a holding provision on land legally known as part of Lot 8, Concession 3, West Hawkesbury, be received. And be it further resolved that the Planning Bylaw 2024-12 be brought forward for first, second, and final reading. I'll need them over in a seconder. Monsieur Minor, seconded by Monsieur Duval. Any questions? Comments? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. So item 7.2, adoption of planning bylaws. 7.2.1, bylaw number 2024-11, to amend zoning bylaw 2000-75 in regards to La Violette, file number Z-09-2023. Be resolved that two reading be granted, the bylaw number 2024-11, being a bylaw to amend the zoning bylaw 2000-75 for La Violette, file Z-09-2023. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Mr. Duval, seconded by Madame Clement. Read the first time, all those in favor? Read the second time, all those in favor? Yep. 7.2.2, bylaw number 2024-01, to amend the zoning bylaw 2000-75 in regards to Seagull, file number Z-01-2024. Be it resolved that 3 readings and final passage be granted bylaw number 2024-12, being a bylaw to amend the zoning bylaw 2000-75 for Seagull, file number Z-01-2024. I'll need a mover and seconder to bring forward the bylaw. Mr. Minor, seconded by Mr. Lalonde. Read the first time, all those in favor? Read the second time, all those in favor? Read the third time, all those in favor? Carried. 7.3 Administration, 7.3.1 Integrity Commissioner Report, letter in regards to the year 2022 to 2023. There's a report attached. I have a resolution. Be it resolved that the annual reporting letter from the year May 1st, 2022 to April 30th, 2023, as presented by the Integrity Commissioner, be received and filed. I need a mover and a seconder. Proposeur appuyeur, M. Duval, seconded by Mme. Clément. Any questions on the report? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.4, Finance, M. Rivet. Bonne soirée. Bon retour. Ça rejase peut-être le mois prochain. Merci beaucoup. Account 7.4.1, be it resolved that the accounts paid as presented by the Treasurer on February 20th, 2024, be received and filed. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Monsieur Burroughs, appuyé de Monsieur Minor. Question en discussion sur les comptes. Any questions on the accounts? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.4.2, Finance Report FIN-2024-03, expenses excluded from the 2024 budget. There's also an attachment. I'll read the resolution. Be it resolved that Finance Report number FIN-2024-03, dated February 20th, 2024, regarding the expenses excluded from the 2024 budget be received, and that Council approves the report in accordance with Ontario Regulations 284/09. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Mme. Clément, seconded by M. Lalonde. Right. Question? Any questions? Comments? Seeing none. All those in favor? Against? Carried. Fire Department, 7.5.1, Monthly Report for January 2024. Be it resolved that the monthly Fire Departmental Report for January 2024, as submitted by the Director of Fire Services, be received and filed. Proposeur appuyeur. M. Lalonde, seconded by M. Burroughs. Questions sur le rapport? Aucune. Ceux en faveur? Ceux qui sont contre? Adopté. 7.6, Park and Recreation. 7.6.1, Monthly Report for January 2024 in regards to the Parks and Recreation. Be it resolved that the monthly Parks and Recreation Department report for January 2024, as submitted by the Director of Parks and Recreation, be received and filed. Mover and a seconder, M. Duval, seconded by Mr. Barton. Any questions on the report? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.7, Public Works Monthly Report, January 2024. Be it resolved that the monthly Public Works Department report for January 2024, as submitted by the Director of Public Works, be received and filed. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Mr. Minor, appuyé de M. Lalonde. Any questions on the report? Mr. Minor?
Thank you, Monsieur Lalonde. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In the report, under the Paddy Road, the Mayor, down towards the bottom, I don't know if you have that on your screen, Monsieur. There's a sentence there that I think is missing words or should not have been there. The second from last line, after where it finishes with mid-March, all of a sudden I see the natural water course feeding into the Royal Alexander Municipal Drain. It doesn't seem to have any relation. Is there something we're missing?
Sorry.
I guess I forgot to remove that. Yep. Yes. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Merci, M. Minor. Autres questions, commentaires pour le rapport? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.8, Building Department. Building monthly report for January 2024. Be it resolved that the monthly Building Department report for January 2024, as submitted by the Chief Building Official, be received and filed. Proposeur, appuyeur. Need a mover and seconder. M. Duval, seconded by Mr. Burrows. Questions? Comments? All those in favor? Against? Carried. Bylaw enforcement. 7.9.1, monthly report for January 2024. Be it resolved that the monthly Bylaw Enforcement Department report for January 2024, as submitted by the Bylaw Enforcement Officer, be received and filed. Mover and seconder. Mr. Duval, seconded by Mme Clément. Questions sur le rapport? Mr. Minor?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. C'est plus vite que toi, excusez. Not part of the report, so I will ask the question of Mr. Tessier. In the case of a letter that was sent to the owners of buildings on the point of port concession in 17, did we ever hear any answer from or acknowledgement from them?
Bonsoir à tous. Bonne question, M. Miner. Je ne crois pas qu'on a entendu parler de ces gens-là. Je sais que la lettre a été livrée, mais je ne crois pas que j'ai réentendu quelque chose. On va faire un suivi au niveau du département de la construction.
Merci.
Merci, M. Miner. Autre question? Commentaire? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.10, Communications and Community Development. 7.10.1, Monthly Report for January 2024. Be it resolved that the Monthly Communications and Community Development Report for January 2024, as submitted by the Communication Specialist, be received and filed. Proposeur, appuyeur. Mme Clément, seconded by M. Duval. M. Minor?
Merci, M. le maire. J'avais posé une question semblable, là, peut-être 3-4 mois. Le rapport nous démontre monthly performance, là, qu'on a une baisse tout de même assez importante. La dernière fois, on m'avait dit que c'était causé par l'année avant. Il y avait eu beaucoup d'intérêt à cause de l'élection. Mais là, si on parle de janvier, d'il y a 1 an, l'élection a passé. Alors, on voit qu'il est moins 77% puis moins 83%. Je sais que je sais pour un fait que la dame fait un très bon job, là, mais je sais que notre régulière revient bientôt. Là. On va peut-être tenir un œil là-dessus pour voir ce qui se passe avec notre site.
C'est une bonne question, M. Miner. J'ai posé la question à Mme Steele, mais les rapports, on les a eus en fin de la semaine dernière. Puis, je vais avoir une réponse cette semaine sur les bases de statistiques, mais ça varie d'une année à l'autre. L'an passé, on a peut-être eu, plus je me rappelle, on a eu une très bonne hiver. Donc, les gens, on avait fait des pauses comme quoi qu'on était pour déneiger, etc. Là, on avait plus de réponses ou d'activités sur notre site web, etc. Donc, ça varie d'une année à l'autre, essentiellement. Mais les communications générales de la municipalité, eux, ils se maintiennent. Qu'est-ce qui avait été sorti durant chacun des mois ont été maintenus.
Merci, M. le maire.
Très bien, M. Minor. Merci beaucoup. Autre question? Autre commentaire? All those in favor? Those against? Carried. 7.10.2, Report CCD-2024-02, the 2024 Trash and Treasure Garage Sale Permit. There was an attachment in regards to issuing permits and not charging. I'll read the resolution. Be it resolved that Council approve the Special Events Review team recommendations to waive the garage sale permit requirements for Champlain Township resident on June 1st and June 2nd, 2024, as part of the Trash and Treasure community event. Mover and seconder, Mr. Duval, seconded by Mr. Barton. Questions? Comments? All those in favor? Against? Carried. 7.11, drainage. 7.11.1, monthly report in regards to drainage for January 2024. Be it resolved that the report for the month of January 2024, as submitted by the drainage superintendent, be received and filed. Proposal appuyeur. Mover, seconder. Mr. Barton, seconded by Mr. Minor. Any questions on the report? Seeing none, all those in favor? Against? Carried. 7.11.2, Drainage Report 2024-01, update to the drainage assessment, Little Rideau Creek Municipal Drain. Again, 4 attachments in regards to what was asked in regards to a land severance. Council, be it resolved that Council approved that the drainage superintendent prepares an update to the drainage assessment under Section 65 in brackets 2 of the Drainage Act on the severed parcel on Concession 4, Part Lot 2, in order to carry out future maintenance of the Little Rideau Creek Municipal Drain as per Bylaw 2022-08, which the owners have mutually accepted and signed the appointment of share for the said properties. Proposal appuyeur, Mr. Minor, seconded by Monsieur Lalonde. Question? All those in favor? Against? Carried. 7.11.3, basically the same, except it's for the municipal drain. Be it resolved, Council approves that the drainage superintendent prepares an update to the drainage assessment under Section 65, brackets 2 of the Drainage Act on the severed parcel on Plan 1 M100, Part Lot 73, in order to carry out the future maintenance of the Mill Creek Municipal Drain as per Bylaw number 2022-18, which the owners have mutually accepted and signed the apportionment of shared for the said properties. Mover and seconder, Madame Clément, seconded by Mr. Duval. Any questions? All those in favor? Against? Carried. 7.12, Water Sewage, Ontario Clean Water Agency. We'll do 7.12.1, 7.12.2, 7.12.3, and 7.12.4. We'll do them all together. If you have any questions in regards to any of them, we'll go through them after. Be it resolved that the 2023 annual water report for the Vankleekil, Lornial, and Laurentian Park drinking water system for the reporting period of January 1st to December 31st, 2023, as submitted by the Ontario Clean Water Agency, and to the 2023 Town of Hawkesbury Annual Drinking Water Report for the reporting period of January 1st to December 31st, 2023, as submitted by the Town of Hawkesbury, be received and filed. And be it further resolved that staff be directed to respond to the recommendations in the reports. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Mr. Duval, seconded by Mr. Barton. Any questions in regards to any place? Mr. Minor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple of years ago, we had problems. C'était-tu des HPC ou je ne me souviens pas exactement là, comment ça s'appelait. On avait un problème qui se retrouverait un peu dans les... Puis on n'avait pas trouvé exactement où c'était. J'en vois pas là. Ça semble tout acceptable, là. Alors...
Oui, les HPC, c'est un test qu'on fait, c'est le Heterotropic Plate Count. C'est une indication s'il y a des bactéries dans l'eau. C'est un indicateur qui est fait, qui est runné, puis qui est requis par le MECP. Vous avez raison, il n'y a pas vraiment de problème en ce moment, tout est beau. Pas vraiment au courant dans le passé, malheureusement. Mais à quoi, habituellement, s'il y a un problème, ils doivent le rapporter au ministère. Puis il y a des règlements ou des procédures très strictes à suivre. Habituellement, ils vont faire des tests et des retests jusqu'à temps que le problème ait été identifié et résolu. C'est probablement ça qui est arrivé.
Merci. C'est juste qu'à ce moment-là, on semblait avoir de la difficulté à identifier le problème, puis la source, ainsi de suite. Puis là, tout à coup, on voit qu'on n'a jamais réentendu parler de ça, mais les choses sont réglées. Alors, tant mieux. Il est arrivé un miracle. C'est bon.
Merci, M. Miner. Autre question? Autre commentaire? Seeing none, all those in favor for the reports? Against? Carried. Ça va l'item 8.2, Library Board. We'll do both of them, 8.2.1, Library Monthly Report, and for February 2024, and the 8.2.2, the minutes of January 17, 2024 meeting. Be it resolved that Champlain Township Public Library Report for January 2024 and the minutes of the Champlain Township Public Library Board, the meeting of January 17, 2024, as submitted by the chairperson and head librarian, be received and filed. Proposeur appuyeur, Mme Clément, appuyé de, seconded by Mr. Duval. Question, commentaire? Being none, all those in favor? Against? Carried. Committee of the Whole, there's 3 items. We'll do them all together. At 8.3.1, Mr. Gérald Gauthier, MNP, in regards to the 2023 Audit Service Plan. 8.3.2, Jean-Claude Corbeil and Jean-Luc Cardinal, in regards to Digest Comp Incorporated. And item 8.3.3, negotiations with the town of Hawkesbury. Be it resolved that the following items, as identified under the consent items category on the regular meeting agenda of February 8, 2024, be adopted. 8.3.1, Gérald Gauthier, MNP, Audit 2023. 8.3.2, Jean-Claude Corbeil and Jean-Luc Cardinal, Digest Comp. And 8.3.3, negotiation with the town of Hawkesbury. Mover and a seconder. M. Miner, appuyé de M. Lalonde. Question? Monsieur non, pas de question. On a voulu l'enlever, on voulait parler d'un item. Correction. Go ahead.
La correction, je voulais, tant qu'à moi, là, c'est dans la résolution, ou est-ce que c'est la présentation de Project Champlain to Pyrotech P50 presented by Monsieur Corbeil and Cardinal. Mr. Corbeil was not here. He's the engineer and he wasn't here. I think maybe that should be corrected.
C'est identifié dans les minutes, Monsieur Burroughs, que M. Corbeil était absent. Il ne s'est pas présenté, mais c'est identifié quand même dans les minutes. Madame Collard, does that make an importance?
Who was presenting? The presentation was on behalf of both of them. I did record in the minutes that he wasn't there. I can modify it if council wishes. It was the title of the agenda item.
Okay, I understand. It was the title of the agenda. Okay. All those in favor? Against? Carried. Ça va à l'item 8.4, Prescott and Russell Recreational Trail. 8.4.1, in regards to the committee member report, January 17, 2024 meeting. Be it resolved that the committee member report of the Prescott and Russell Recreational Trail Committee meeting of January 17, 2024 be received and filed. Mover and seconder, Mr. Duval, seconded by Madame Clément. Questions sur le rapport? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those against? Carried. On va à l'item numéro 11, adoption of minutes. Again, we will consent the 3 items, which is 11.1, 11.2, and 11.3 minutes of the special meeting budget January 25, 2024, regular meeting of January 25th, 2024, and the minutes of the Committee of the Whole of February 8, 2024. Be it resolved that Council approve the minutes of the following meeting, special meeting, budget January 25, 2024, regular meeting of January 25th, 2024, and the Committee of the Whole of February 8, 2024, as presented. Mover and seconder? Mr. Miner, seconded by Mr. Duval. Any questions? All those in favor? Against? Carried. 12, adoption of bylaws. 12.1, bylaw number 2024-09, remuneration of member of council 2024. Be it resolved that three reading and final passage be granted bylaw number 2024-09, being a bylaw to fix the annual remuneration of the members of council of the Corporation of the Township of Champlain. Proposal à PR, mover, seconder. Need a mover. Mr. Minor, seconded by. Lalonde. Question, discussion. All those in favor? Against? Carried. 12.2, bylaw number 2024-10, budget estimates 2024. Be it resolved that three reading and final passage be granted bylaw number 2024-10, being a bylaw to adopt the 2024 budgetary estimates. Proposal à l'appuyeur. Mr. Duval, seconded by Madame Clément. Any questions? All those in favor? Against? Carried. 12.3, bylaw number 2024-13, authorizing the levying of the amount paid of the emergency repairs completed on the Mill Creek municipal drain. Be it resolved that three reading and final passage be granted bylaw number 2024-13, being a bylaw to authorize the levying of the amount paid for the emergency repairs completed on the the Mill Creek municipal drain in the Township of Champlain, which was constructed under emergency designation of the Ministry of Agricultural, Food and Rural Affairs in accordance with Resolution 2016-280 and bylaw number 2022-18. Mover and a seconder to bring the bylaw forward. Madame Clément, seconded by Mr. Minor. Read the first time, all those in favor. Read the second time, all those in favor. Read the third time, all those in favor. Carried. S'en va l'item numéro 14, correspondance for support in regards to resolutions. 14.1, United Counties of Prescott-Russell, Social and Economic Prosperity Policy Reviewed. They're asking AMO to conduct this. Monsieur Minor, l'appui, appuyé de Monsieur Duval. I'm not going to read through the whole, you've read the attachment, it's the same resolution. Unless you want me to read it. It's pretty well written. All those in favor? Against? Carried. 14.2, County of Renfrew, affordability of water and wastewater systems. You have an attachment. I would also suggest council to support. Mr. Duval, appuyé de Monsieur Barton. All those in favor? Against? Carried. Sava 14.3, Municipality of Calvin, Provincial National Firefighting Strategy, proposé par M. Duval, seconded by Mr. Minor. All those in favor? Against? Carried. Letter of Government of Canada, radioactive waste mound. We've all read the request. Action, no action. Proposé par Madame Clément, appuyé de Monsieur Duval. Have all those in favor? Those against? Carried. Town of Wasaga Beach, Provincial Task Force for Illegal Car Rally. Wasaga Beach is far, but we wouldn't want them in our backyard either, so do we support? Bonne idée. Monsieur Minor, appuyé de Monsieur Burrows. All those in favor? Those against? Carried. Correspondance 15.1, Saint-Jean-Baptiste Paris, request for donation. Sur ce point, Monsieur Tessier.
Bonsoir à tous. Essentiellement, la lettre de la paroisse a été ajoutée à l'agenda pour information pour le conseil. On a une politique à la municipalité, naturellement, qui nous empêche ou qui nous recommande fortement de ne pas contribuer à des organismes religieux de toutes sortes afin d'éviter de s'embarquer dans quelque chose qu'on ne voudrait pas. Donc, je sais qu'ils demandent pour de l'argent, c'est rien contre la paroisse, etc. Ils font un bon travail, mais ça ne serait pas recommandé d'aller de l'avant, selon nos politiques et tout.
Merci, M. Tessier. Conseil? Action, pas d'action, M. Miner? Je reviens à toi.
Pas d'action, mais est-ce qu'ils nous ont contactés pour la salle à Ventléquille?
Ils vont l'avoir à Chute-Blondeau.
Oui, j'ai vu qu'ils sont à Chute-Blondeau. Ils disaient qu'ils voulaient avoir une place avec facilité pour élévateur, ainsi de suite. On a tout ça à Ventléquille. C'est dans la municipalité de Champlain. J'ai rien contre ça qu'il soit à Chute-Blondeau, mais peut-être que ça aurait été plus facile pour nous autres de contribuer d'une façon si ça avait été le cas, en tout cas. Parce que je sais que pour une très belle salle à Chute-Blondeau, je ne peux pas rien enlever ça. C'est très récent, ainsi de suite. Mais elle n'est pas plus grande que la nôtre. Merci.
Merci, M. Miner. M. Burroughs?
Je suis bien d'accord qu'il ne faut pas mélanger des fonds publics avec la religion. La religion, c'est quelque chose de personnel. Mais il y a une autre chose qui est dans cette lettre-là, puis c'est là, M. Miner, où je ne suis pas d'accord avec vous. L'aréna à Ventléquille, c'est pour accueillir des réunions, des choses de sport. Je vois mal un mariage. Je vois mal un funérail arriver à l'aréna à Ventléquille pour monter dans la salle quand il y a des gars puis des filles qui sortent avec des poches de hockey plein de soir. Chaque chose a sa place, chaque chose a son temps. Je pense qu'on est arrivé au moment où est-ce que c'est qu'il faut regarder envers une salle communautaire qui serait de classe. On parle souvent de l'infrastructure, on fait du rebranding, on paye du gros prix, mais on ne donne pas l'infrastructure nécessairement pour ça là, que je parle, une salle communautaire. On s'est embarqué, on a 50 000 qui s'en va vers pour se faire une consultation sur comment est-ce que c'est qu'on veut faire notre parc à Lornial. On a un joyau ici qui a nulle part autre. Je pense que ça sera le temps à regarder vers l'avant pour une salle communautaire. Puis quel plus beau emplacement qu'on pourrait avoir au parc à Lornial. Donc, je demanderai au conseil si on pourrait demander à l'administration, quand toutes ces consultations-là vont avoir lieu, de maintenir une certaine région pour une salle dans le parc à Lornial. On pourrait accueillir une centaine de personnes, parce qu'apparemment, il y avait déjà eu des plans de ça entre les années 2013 et 2016. Il y a des membres qui étaient là, vous autres pourrez répondre à ça. Mais moi, je pense qu'on est là, comme c'est là, puis il faut garder à donner quelque chose à notre communauté, quelque chose qui a un petit peu de classe, pour faire des moments de célébration, un petit peu, donner quelque chose de beau à notre communauté. C'est mon point.
Merci, M. Burroughs. Autre commentaire? M. Barton?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to say congratulations to Father Villeneuve. Serves our community well, a lot of excellent things, and so I appreciate his hard work. Further, I don't think there'd be too many hockey bags leaving the arena on the 15th of June, and I agree with Mr. Miner's point. I wish they would have consulted us and reached out. I think we do have a facility. It's not perfect, but nothing is. I support my friend's point that, you know, obviously we could look at other options as well, but I think arena is something. But ultimately, at the end of the day, and as the boss here has already stated, it's a dangerous sport to mix religion and politics. So for that reason, I think it's something we can't support.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. Any other comments? Mme Clément?
Oui, puis moi, je suis d'accord avec M. Burroughs qu'on doit regarder à notre parc de faire une belle petite salle municipale comme à Chute-à-Blondeau. Puis, je pense qu'on est dû pour mettre ça dans notre municipalité, incluant l'aréna, qui est un autre style, mais plus dans notre région aussi. Quand même, là, ça fait loin de partir de Lornial, aller à Ventléquille pour faire une cérémonie. Mais je porte ça. Merci.
Merci, Mme Clément. M. Burroughs?
Si je peux rajouter, on regarde un petit peu autour de nous autres. Regardez dans Hawkesbury-Est, une salle, Chute-à-Blondeau, Saint-Eugène, Saint-Anne-de-Prescott. Alfred, Plantagenet, viennent d'acquérir la salle des Chevaliers de Colomb à Alfred. Il y en a une à Wendover, il y en a une à Saint-Isidore, il y en a une à Plantagenet. chaque communauté doit avoir une place, une salle communautaire. On vient de passer un feu où est-ce que c'est qu'on a eu 9 familles qui ont été victimes. Ils ont été logés dans le chalet à Brie, ici à Lorgnal, au parc. Je comprends que c'était un état d'urgence, et puis ils ont passé quelques jours là. Mais j'imagine que ça a dû être entassé, là. Je veux dire, dans une situation comme ça. Donc, encore une fois, c'est l'infrastructure qu'on doit offrir. Ce n'est pas juste des consultations avec le public, c'est aussi notre devoir à nous autres, en tant que conseil, de donner les choses nécessaires à notre communauté. Merci.
Merci, M. Burroughs. Autre commentaire? On est un peu loin de la donation de 600 $ pour la paroisse, mais je peux comprendre certains points. Il va y avoir une étude de fait, puis c'est certain que une salle communautaire, ça ne sera pas mis de côté. Ça va être discuté, mais on verra dans le temps, en temps et lieu. Mais pour aujourd'hui, pour la donation, je pense que c'est là le point. Puis je pense que je supporte, pas je le pense, je supporte la recommandation de M. Tessier. Je demande au conseil de supporter cette demande de ne pas contribuer au fonds de demande de 600 $. No action? On s'en va au prochain item. Question period, item numéro 16. À ce moment-ci, je demanderai au public s'ils ont des questions concernant ce qui s'est passé sur l'agenda de ce soir. Le micro est ouvert, c'est le temps de poser des questions. Au micro. OK. Madame. Merci.
Est-ce que c'est possible d'avoir une copie du site plan qui a été présenté? Le petit croquis qui a été fait à la main pour le changement de zonage sur le chemin Saint-Anne qui va affecter directement ma propriété?
Madame Collard va vous
En effet,
faire parvenir ça.
c'est sur notre site web dans l'ordre du jour.
Le site plan qui a été
Oui.
dessiné à main?
Oui.
OK, non, c'est pas, je l'ai pas vu. OK, c'est beau. Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Le micro. OK, on s'en va à l'item numéro 17, les annonces, announcements. Membres du conseil, on a-t-il des annonces à faire? Y a-t-il quelque chose qui s'en vient dans notre municipalité qu'on devrait publier? Being none, on s'en va à l'item numéro 18, in camera. Be it resolved that council go in camera for the purpose of discussing a proposed acquisition of land as provided under Section 239, Section 2, Paragraph C of the Municipal Act 2001, and also the addition of identifiable individual information supplied in confidence in regard to Section 239, Paragraph 2, Item B and I. Proposeur appuyeur, Mme Clément, appuyé de M. Lalonde. All those in favor? Those against? Carried. On va vous revenir dans quelques minutes pour finaliser notre réunion du conseil. On s'en va à huis clos. Merci. de retour. We're back on. On va continuer à l'item numéro 19. Next meeting, Committee of the Whole on March 14, 2024, and we have a regular council meeting dated March 28, 2024. Confirming bylaw. Item number 2021, bylaw number 2024-14, be it resolved that 3 readings and final passage given bylaw number 2024-14 being a bylaw to confirm the proceeding of council at its meeting of February 20, 2024. Mover and seconder. Madame Clement, puis de M. Barton. Read the first time, all those in favor. Read the second time, all those in favor. Read the third time, all those in favor. Carried. Adjournement. Be resolved that this regular council meeting be adjourned at 8:22. Proposeur, appuyeur, M. Duval, appuyé de Mme Clement. All those in favor? Against? Carried. Merci beaucoup. Merci de votre patience. Bon meeting. On se revoit le 14 mars. Bonne soirée.